Gentlemen, welcome to the business. My name's Curtis, and once again, our returning champion and his last night in Honolulu, Brian, trumpet player for Monkey.
Last night in paradise.
Last night.
So by the weekend, he'll be back in the Bay Area, so anybody that he owes money to, get ready.
You know where to find him.
I don't owe anybody money. Everybody owes me money.
You were going to wear a shirt, a Hawaiian shirt, and have tiki torches and whatever.
Yeah, where's like the tiki spirit and all of that stuff?
No. I already packed my Hawaiian shirts.
Oh.
I thought for like half a minute about wearing one on the plane, and then my wife was like, "Dude, don't be that guy."
With a stack of macadamia nut candies on your lap, just with the lei and everything, just looking like an old dude.
I'm into it.
Awesome. Well, let's
get the wraparound like sunglasses, the old guys.
Yeah. Let's do some introductions here. We are so happy and proud to have Giuseppe Mancini and Daniella Cardoza from the New Jersey band Inspector 7. These guys have been playing music since 1992. If you guys have not caught them live, they're amazing, but you can also hear them on Martin Scorsese's soundtrack for The Wolf of Wall Street. They did a cover of One Step Beyond.
Yes, we do.
What a great madness.
Thank you for having us on.
Thanks for being on, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
We're just happy to have you. We're happy to have you. Next on the show, we have Jason, Jayhawk, and Anselmo from the Infirmities. One of my favorite, like trashy fucking punk, gutter punk in your face bands. Man, it makes me want to fight. Well, it makes me want to dance. Makes me want to dance. He's in with the Infirmities, and they just did a killer video on YouTube called Cell Block Earth, where they talk about the COVID experience for musicians, and that's what this show is about. So this is going to be really good insight from Jayhawk. And then we have one of the secret weapons. This guy is a legend, and people don't even know. He walks around the street, and people just look like, hey, that's just a dude. And that's not just a dude. That's Tony fucking Two-Tone. Tony Two-Tone. He plays drums for a band called Jokes for Feelings in the Berkeley punk and ska area. But on top of that, he also books shows or has booked for years shows for the Gilman, the famous 924 Gilman of Berkeley, the West Coast core of punk rock. So I'm super happy that he's on the show. And let's get into it. Our first question of the night is, this last year has been really tough for a lot of musicians out there and a lot of people in the entertainment industry. So we're just looking to reach out to our friends here in the ska scene, in the punk scene, in the reggae scene, artists, DJs, people that own clubs, and find out, first of all, are you doing all right? And secondly, how did you keep from going insane this year? Because I certainly went insane. So we'll start with Jason. Jason, what did you do? Jayhawk, what did you do to not go insane this year?
Well, it wasn't easy, I'll tell you that. So, but main thing is we decided to write a new song about the experience because, like everybody else, we had an awesome year lined up, punk rock bowling. We had all kinds of things coming up, and sure enough, everything was shut down. It was like a domino effect. We all saw all our festivals get canceled, our tours get canceled. But I just wanted to write a song that really was more of a song just for humanity on how it feels to have to stay home and not, locked down, let me out, let me out of this reality that we didn't want to be in.
Yeah.
So I decided to write a song called Cell Block Earth, talking about how we were all basically trapped at home. And we made a music video. I worked together with an animator from Los Angeles. His name's Jeremy Mowery.
Nice.
You guys can look him up. He's made some other nice indie films and animation type stuff.
Nice.
So and I'm working together with him to do a documentary as well. So we're working on some stuff. So,
Ooh, killer. Yeah, I saw something about that documentary. Can I share the title of it?
sure, that's fine.
Just a
Go
kid
for it.
from Salinas. That's
Mhm.
that's all he is. That's all Jayhawk is. Just a kid from Salinas, man. he's got garlic north of you, lettuce to the south of you. Man, just a kid from Salinas.
The salad bowl.
Absolutely.
That's what they call it.
Absolutely. No, people don't understand how much California grows for not only the American community. Yes, that too. But for the international community, like we do something like 96% of all garlic in America, and like 25 or 26% of all the garlic for the fucking world.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
True.
Awesome. Let's move on to let's get Tony Two-Tone. You were staring at four walls for an entire year. How did you stop from going insane?
Well, I continued to work. That's for one. A lot of overtime.
Yeah.
So that kind of kept me, sane.
Yeah.
But music, listening to music, recently, I'll say for the past year, I finally got a subscription for Spotify.
Oh yeah,
and it opened up, the doors for me, as far as discovering bands that I'm pretty sure they've been around quite a bit, and that's what's been helping me pretty much. Obviously, I haven't been really active with booking.
Yeah, for sure.
Been, standing by, been.
Did you do the same thing that everybody else did, which was the cycle of like booking a show and then going, okay, let's give it 2 months, and then canceling the show, and then booking the show, and let's give it 2 months, and then canceling it, and then booking the show, and then just fuck this.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you would think so, but people just stopped contacting me. I think people kind of were waiting,
Yeah.
like for someone to say something, hey, we're opening women's doors, allow bands to play again. But they're having a rough time out there. I know that they're really not, writing down any shows on the calendars right now because they don't know when they're going to open the doors. So
fantastic. Yeah. Did you end up learning any new hobbies or trades or anything? Did you read a couple books? What did you do? What was your thing? Besides listening to music? I mean, Spotify is pretty cool, but it only lasts for a while.
Well, I bought some land in Arizona for like $51.
What?
What? What?
I was really bored, I didn't know what to do. I just looked up.
Like you what?
Website and said, there's like no reserve. Anyways, bid for assets, right? They have a no reserve, I guess, store, on land, So
did you buy like a full acre or a half acre? What was the thing?
He bought
the ones
51 acres.
The ones I bought are like 6,000 square feet, 6,000 square feet. Not too big.
Okay.
But the acres are available. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Nice. That is cool. That is cool. I would just go out there and just be like, "It's mine, bitches, mine." We're standing there by the freeway, and people are just like, "What is wrong with that dude?" 30 years standing there, mine.
I didn't think it was possible,
See this cactus? This cactus is Ow. Awesome. Well, that's great to hear that at least you got a rare opportunity to purchase something that you may, who knows if you'll get to actually see it at any point.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So good for
For sure.
you. Good for you.
Excellent. Hey, Daniella, what did you do to keep yourself active and to not be so like shut in and crazy during this time period? Did you learn how to bake bread? Did you make beer? Did you start painting things? What did you do?
I actually did. I actually, you just called it right on. So I did paint a lot of places of my house, a couple of walls. And I did went crazy a little bit, to be honest with you. You know, I think we all did. You know, I think it's funny because when somebody asks you what did you do or what are the things that got you by, it's really easy to answer because you did so much, right? You had so much time on your hands. But I think at the end of the day, we all went a little mad. You know, I would say.
Yeah,
you know, it's and the only thing that got me by was my band members, you know, and the friendship I got with them and music and just, you know, keep making music and keep being artistic, you know, that's what we all are at the end of the day. We're here to make music, and I feel like when we go through times like this is our only escape sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
For sure. I think everybody can feel that for sure.
Yeah.
Giuseppe.
Yes.
What did you do? What did you do to keep from going absolutely batshit crazy this year?
Well, there wasn't much I could do because I'm already batshit crazy. But there's no handbook on this. Nobody was prepared for any of this.
Wait, I got a handbook here. Let me see. Just
Pandemic 101.
Yeah. Preparation for a plague. We don't know that.
Oh my God.
Bring out your dad. Please.
So what I did is just I lost the job I was at almost 14 years. So for me, I was in the restaurant repair business, commercial kitchen repair, like the equipment, turning wrenches and shit. Well, once the pandemic hit, all the restaurants closed and all the boardwalks. There's a lot of boardwalks down the shore here, so all the boardwalks were shut down. Everything was shut the fuck down. So I lost my gig. So in the meantime, like I said, I'm already crazy. So for me, I just, you know, it's just like the lack of sex, which gets to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. The dating game is over. I tried this dating stuff.
Yeah,
I
it's
know it's interesting to people out there. I tried this dating stuff online. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like you give them all your information, your zip code, your address, and shit. Like, where does it go? They're sending you like connections from like Montauk and wherever far away from where I live, not down the shore. It's like there was. I think I had one connection. I did it for like 2 weeks, and I was like, "This is just ridiculous. I am wasting too much time here."
My question is like, do you like ska? Because if you like ska, we can do it. That's your Tinder profile, right?
If they reply back, yeah, I love skiing.
Right?
What?
I don't have any scars. Hey, really quick. Eric Molino is a sax player that tours with Monkey.
And the Scotch Bonnets.
Scotch Bonnets. He just texted me and said. He just texted me and said, "Tell Daniela sorry for almost getting Anton in trouble in Mexico."
Tell Eric we waiting for him in New York, and tell Eric we miss him so much. Eric,
he's like,
si está viendo esto, vente para New York, mijo.
We're gonna call him Mijo now.
Yeah, that's your new name. Your new nickname, Eric.
Yeah, that's our nice little Mijo.
We love you. We love you so much.
Mijo Molina.
Mijo Molina, we're waiting for you in New York.
That's awesome.
I'm texting all this to him right now.
Please do.
The first time we met Eric, we met him at the Gilman during one of the Gilman Ska nights that Tony booked, and it was it was us and the Toasters and the Scotch Bonnets, and he comes up and he's like, "Hey, can I play in your band? I know all your songs." Yeah, sure, buddy, get up on stage.
Really?
Yeah, we rocked it, a couple songs, jump on stage, and he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, we met him in Nonstop, and he did get lost with Anton. If Anton is seeing this, he was just really cool, a very talented musician, and
he's solid.
And yeah, he's solid. He's definitely solid. A lot of people has a lot of love for him.
Yeah, for sure.
What I think I like the best about Eric, other than being the other horn player on the stage with me, we play really well together, which is nice. But that dude's pretty young, and he's just so chill about being on the road, and he rolls with the punches so hard. He's just like, "No, man, I don't give a fuck. I'll drive 7 hours. I don't give a fuck." Just like, all right, dude.
No, he's down. He's really down.
He's down for it. So that's like. We've had players in the band throughout the last 25 years that have not rolled with the punches and been like, "What? I can't have a shower today. What the fuck is this?"
No, I feel like we all gone through that. We all have like that one band member that is just not about the life. It's not about the life.
No. That's the thing that'll drop somebody from a band quicker than anything too. You can have all the little headbutting stuff you want. If they can't get in a van and drive 13 hours to the next show, then they will not last.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's definitely true.
Eric Molina in the comments says, "A pirate's life for me."
Yar. Hey, Austin. Austin
Gray
says hi from New Jersey.
Yeah.
I think Austin.
Yeah.
I think you guys have played some shows together. He plays in a band, Joker's Republic.
Our last show.
They're great.
Actually, our last show we played was with them in Asbury Park. It was
nice.
Back in February, a year ago. That was our last show.
Oh, wow.
In Asbury Park with them. Yeah.
Those guys are super cool.
Jason, what was your last show you played?
We were in San Jose, actually, at the Ritz.
Okay.
And they had just announced coronavirus on the news that morning.
No.
So we thought the show would be canceled. We were playing with Guttermouth. And so all day we're waiting to see if they're gonna cancel the show. So I keep checking my email before I drive out to San Jose, which isn't that far from Salinas. And sure enough, right before I'm gonna hit the freeway, I check again. Is this thing still happening? So sure enough, it was, and we went out there, and nobody really knew what coronavirus was yet. It's kind of like just the news that morning, and so all the bands were still cracking jokes on stage. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming tonight. Remember, wash your hands, and everyone thought it was just a joke still. Nobody really took it serious.
Nobody really believed it was going on.
Our turnout was about half of what it normally was for like a Guttermouth show. But it was interesting because the next morning when I woke up from that gig, every single nightclub was closed. The Ritz closed till further notice. Every club that we knew anywhere was shut down. And that's when we knew there was definitely this was real.
Yeah. Well,
that was the Ritz was actually our last show.
Yeah, we played the night before.
Oh, did we?
We played the night before you at the Ritz. We played the Friday. You guys played the Saturday,
When was this,
right?
you guys?
Yeah.
Was this on February or March?
Oh, it was March.
No, this is the first weekend of March.
Yeah. March 7th, something like that.
Yeah. And then they did the shelter in place shutdown the following weekend in California. Was when they everything was just dead. Which I also, Giuseppe, I work in the restaurant industry. I don't work on the wrenching side of life. I'm front of house server and everything. And I went through 3 separate shutdowns of my industry this year. just like, okay, cool. We're going to open it up a little bit and things are good and shut it down. And a month and a half later, let's try it again and shut it down. Just like, oh God, what a year.
30% of all small, like family restaurants around here, 30-40% in New Jersey aren't coming back. They're just done.
Fucking, it's rough, man.
It's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Super rough. Let's talk about nicer things.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, look at that. Tony's got one of our albums. Thank you, Tony.
You're welcome. I'll have to plug that album. This is one of my favorite albums from you guys.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Didn't like
we
didn't like a kid title that album?
No, we had we made a joke online like we're going to record an album. You'd be lucky if you could be cool enough to name the album. And somebody said, haha, Bananarchy. And I was like, Bananarchy is the name.
That was perfect.
Yeah, we were done. And then I went to Parker Jacobs. He's an artist that's been on the show a couple times. And he's just like, so what do you want? And I said, something punky and weird. And he's like, okay, I'm going to scribble it all. You into scribbling? Because I like scribbling. So it came out pretty good, music wise and art wise. I like the album too.
Nice.
For sure. Woo-hoo! Hey, and the feed. We got some people in the feed. That's right. Viva Ska Vegas. And we had our friend Josh was putting that one on, and he's like, yeah, it's we're still doing it, okay. And then the week before, he's like, I think we're still doing it. And then like 3 days before, he's like, I think we're gonna have to cancel it.
Oh my God. No, I know. A lot of festivals went through that too, you know? Like,
The funny thing, you guys remember that old song American Pie, right? Bye Miss American Pie, Giuseppe did the levy. That song.
Yeah.
The song is I remember the day the music died. And that's what I actually feel like that day when we were on stage at the Ritz. I was, I made a couple jokes. I'm like, yeah, if we survive, thank you for coming out and like, suffering your way through the Black Plague. But then at some point I said, hey, if this is real, like, I just want you guys to know I love you. To the crowd, because I do. I love the crowd. I love the people in the feed. I love anybody who's ever spent the time to say hello to us, because in times like these, it matters. It matters. Like, I think about it all the time. And people will sometimes just send me an email like, I saw you guys in freaking Slovenia. And I loved you then. I love you now. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for saying hello.
I feel that 100%. I feel that 100%. It makes you like think like all the effort you make and all the effort you put into like, playing music, it pays off, it really does.
Yeah. You grow a family, not just your band. Like, your band is your first family, right? And then you grow a local community, and then you grow a global community. You got people that are friends and family members all around the freaking world speaking 19 different languages, and you're like, I'm here, let's party.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers for that. I feel like sometimes, people from all over the world that doesn't even speak English or your own language listens to your music and sings your music and loves your music, and it's something so powerful about that, because they don't even know what you're saying, but they love it so much,
Music is the language of the world.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, music and art in general. I think that America, for a long time, we live in a culture of commercials, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, you got a song? We'll put the song right behind this toothpaste ad. Yeah. Like, that's the culture of America, right? So the music and the arts ratchet down and down. down and down and down. And then pretty soon people are like, yeah, you're a musician. I get it. I've seen musicians. I know a ton of them. And it's like, no, you don't understand it. I've been playing music for like 37 years or so of my life. And in this band alone, 25 years on the road, multiple countries. I'm glad that you understand that I'm a musician, but there's a difference between me and some guy that you met online that's like DJ and he's like puts together.
Absolutely. Definitely. You're like, you will not understand, but
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, definitely. I feel you on that. Cheers.
Cheers. Salute. Salute.
I miss mine.
I'm going to crack a second beer. Hold on. There we go.
Yes. Ooh, I've heard that.
Yeah. Not a year.
Oh yeah, they made some great.
Pinkies up. Pinkies
With
up.
the pinky up. Yes.
Awesome.
I see the water.
Dude, that's so much vodka. Can you actually drink that?
All of us. Nobody could drink like you. Nobody.
Tequila Blanco.
Drinks a 5-gallon jug of tequila every day. Jason, we need to have a talk, buddy. I'm worried about you, man.
Wait. We need to have a talk in private.
Right? Bring the jug.
Wait, let me finish this.
Every time I would get to the show, you know, they would always want to sniff the water bottle because they thought it was get into the bar.
Yeah.
So when I would load it with the band, they'd be like, "Is that really water?" And then like, you know, the bouncer would like come up and sniff it, and like, "Yeah, it's water."
You're like, yep.
Like, all right.
Your next Infirmities album needs to be titled "Sniff the Bottle."
Sniff the jug.
Sniff the jug.
Oh my God. For real.
That's it. We're just having a brainstorm session of what all our next albums will be titled.
Absolutely.
Man, speaking about sniffing the jug, last night, Tony, one of our illustrious guests, mentioned that he believes that he is immune to COVID because he's had to do a number 2 at the Gilman bathroom.
Oh my God.
Pretty solid, yeah.
I don't know what the Gilman bathroom is,
Oh man,
it's no comparison to the CBGB.
Not even close.
It is not even close. Not even close.
Similar,
Yeah,
but similar. So if anybody has an idea on the East Coast, you know, is watching.
Oh yeah.
But you know, it's
bathroom.
it's like the East Coast versus West Coast thing. You know, West Coast is like the newer and slightly like less dirty version of the East Coast.
I still remember the
Pilgrims and then
Get my language, but I've never shit in the Gilman bath in the toilet. But I've seen it.
You guys seen Burnt Ramen's toilet?
No. You know what? I wanted to do a show at Burt Ramen, and for some reason it never came together. But I've heard so many good stories. By the way, for people that don't know, Burnt Ramen is like an illegal warehouse. It's basically a flop house where a bunch of like gutter punks live, and they throw shows, and they drink 40s, and there's mattresses and crap all over the place.
I've seen it.
and
I've seen it.
Just a big ass room. They don't even care if it sounds bad. They're just like, fucking play on.
We played them.
Play on, bitches. But yeah, tell us about the restrooms at Burt Ramen.
Well, it's one of a kind. I mean, I've seen the Gilman toilet too, but I think Burnt Ramen's is a bit more scary. They actually make a T-shirt with the actual like an illustration of the toilet.
Oh, nice.
Is like part of their logo, and there's like a octopus coming out of the toilet or something. So,
nice. Very rock. I like
literally that memorable when you see that toilet. I just don't think it ever gets cleaned. When you look at it, you're like, I don't think it's ever been cleaned. So
you're like, is that coral?
Yeah.
I think I see sea anemones. No, for the people that have been to East Bay shows, have you guys ever been to the Super Warehouse, the Phenomenon Super Warehouse?
No.
No.
None.
Oh, man! If you ever get a chance, see a show at the Super Warehouse. So basically, the Phenomenauts they rented a warehouse, right? A big one that you could park like 2 semis in, right? And then what they did was there was like a little office in the corner. So they built another room next to the office, and they built another room next to that office, and they're like, "Holy crap, we got enough for like people to like share the rent. What if we just started going up?" So they built a second story inside this giant, it's like, maybe 3 stories tall. So they built like 3 stories of apartments in like rooms, right? In this warehouse. And then they have a stage, a kitchen, and a bathroom that has this gigantic shower. I mean, you can like run circles in the shower, right? And then they realized
other things.
Yes, exactly. And well, yeah, you can run squares.
They're all about science.
But the coolest thing that they did is they realized that they would have these parties, and the bathroom would just be like the door would be closed, and there'd be like a line of 40 people trying to get into the bathroom. And they said, well, we can figure this out by making a urinal for the men, right?
Mm-hmm.
What they did was they built a stairwell down from these weird ass apartment buildings, and they built a stairwell down, and they used to put their mop bucket and stuff in under the stairwell. Well, they opened it up and they put 1, 2, 3 urinals in the stairwell, right? And then they put a half wall so that when you're peeing, the rest of the crowd that's in the kitchen area can see your face while you're peeing. You're like,
Hey.
I'm coming out right.
That's right.
Reminds me of the Limelight in New York City. Used to have shit like that. It'd be more than your face.
Why you everything else?
The
Limelight was a wonderful place back in the day, but it's closed. It closed in like the 90s, I think, the late 90s. It's called the Limelight in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason why it wasn't called the Black Light.
Not to be confused with the Limelight in San Antonio.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember the Limelight San Antonio. Awesome.
I believe it's still
awesome. That's
still there.
Yeah, man. I think did we play with Bad Manners there? I think we did a tour as the backing band for Bad Manners once, and I think we played there. It was cool. Yeah, Dougie Fresh.
He's a friend of mine.
When was the last time Bad Manners played in the U.S.?
Ooh, I think about 2017. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think they played Punk Rock Bowling and like a show and something.
I know they played on Punk Rock
That
Bowling.
sounds about right.
Right?
I last seen them in 2012 at the Webster Hall in New York City.
Tony, you look confused.
I do remember them playing at the Mezzanine in San Francisco with Panteon Rococo.
Oh, nice!
With Panteon Rococo.
Yeah,
nice.
It was an awesome show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you remember around when?
It had to be maybe like 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, hopefully someday we get back to that, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully someday we get back to like live music and.
That answers the second question, right, Curtis?
We'll get to that. We got all the time. We got time in the world. Oh man. Let's see. In the feed, we got Craig and John Roy are having a conversation on our time. Why don't you guys go? Come on. He's like, I'm selling off gear to pay my rent.
Wait.
Like this thing to us on the screen.
Oh. Nice. Yeah, we're actually more like that right there. Staring down the barrel of a New Belgium. One of my favorite breweries Nice. In Fort Collins, this place, New Belgium, they do Fat Tire Ale, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you think like, oh, Fat Tire, I get it. Like you guys like bicycles, yeah, whatever, it's a thing. But you show up and they have a rule: if you work for Fat Tire for 2 years, you get a free Fat Tire bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
So they buy you.
They have a Fat Tire bicycle, Rush. A shore cruiser, beach bike.
Yeah, exactly. It's a beach bike style, but it says New Belgium Brewery on it, right? It's like okay.
I'm not familiar with the beer.
Yeah, and so many people have worked there over the years that their parking lot is filled with old bikes that no one remembers the combination to the chains anymore. So they're just rusting, right? And the same thing, the whole city is surrounded by bicycles, and the bicycles are like chained to a tree, chained to a light post, and nobody came back for them. That kid was in college, so then he went back to his mom's house, and that bike is still there from like 7 years ago. And it's
bikes.
Yeah, and it's really cool because, like, for people that need a bike, they break the chain, they take the bike, nobody's there to complain about stealing it, right? For people that don't bicycle, they just like the aesthetic of having these old classic bicycles chained up all around the city. So it's kind of cool. They got their own thing, but they do killer tours. Starting at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and you cannot get out of the tour without being just absolutely drunk. They're just like, here, have more.
Yeah.
God, we went on it.
Yeah,
we did a tour. We did a tour there once, and they have this, or at least they used to have this big cooler room. And you walk in, and we're on this tour with like our buddy who's like an assistant brewmaster there, or was at the time. We go into this big cooler room, and he's like, oh, okay, and this is like, this entire wall, and we're talking like a 50-foot tall room that was about a half a football field, maybe 3/4 a football field in length, and about a football field in width. He's all, and this wall here is the employee beer wall. And we're like, what? He's all, yeah. Just get done with the shift and you like grab a couple of cases and head home for the night. And you're just like, what the? And he's all like, yeah, you guys can grab whatever you want off this wall. I'll go get you guys a cart to go ahead and cart it out to your van. And we're like, okay. He's all like, this wall over here, that's the send backs. That's the stuff that didn't get through quality control. So don't touch that beer. That's like the beer that's on bad and will make you sick. We're like, okay, cool. And we grab like 3 or 4 cases of this New Belgium stuff, just stuff we liked, and a couple of 6-packs of like their small run stuff. And he comes back in the room and he's all like, oh, that's not enough. And just starts loading case after case after case. We ended up with like 12 full cases of beer and like 10 or 12 like 6-packs of their small run stuff. We're like on the road. We're in freaking Colorado at this point in time. So everybody in the band is sitting on a case of beer. We have nowhere to put it. We have all our gear, we have all our luggage, we have all our everything. So the cases of beer just go on the benches, and everybody's just sitting on beer, just like.
I have one adjustment to make to that story, dude. It wasn't New Belgium. It was Ska Brew.
Oh,
it was Ska Brew.
Ska Brew, proper, very proper.
Ska Brew. Here's the thing about Ska Brew is that all their beer starts at like 7% alcohol and goes up. So imagine by the end of this, every employee is like, "We love you guys," and then wheeling out like an entire pallet of beer to our van. And by the time we're done, all the seats have beer underneath them. We have a loft in the back. It's like 4 cans high, the entire width of the van. All right, and we got an ice cooler, and it's filled to the top. And I'm like, please, do not pull us over. Do not pull us over. We're all like, I've got a bunch of drunk buffoons in the van, and I'm sober. I'm driving, but I got a bunch of drunk buffoons in the van, and probably about 700 cans of beer.
Oh my God!
Oh man, those are so good.
We were never thirsty.
Right. Hey, Giuseppe, your friend Skellex says hello.
Skellex, yes. Yeah, he's Alex does shows in
Oh,
TJ,
okay.
right? TJ? Yeah, I think he does
Okay,
TJ. Yeah, Skalex, come on the show.
Yeah, 45 Revoluciones from Tijuana, Mexico. We did a tour with them in Mexico.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
45 Revoluciones back in 2016.
Nice. How did you actually tour from like Tijuana anywhere else in Mexico, or did you just do the Playa and TJ area?
We did Guadalajara, Mexico City.
Nice. Did you fly or did you drive?
We flew to Mexico, but the first time we played in Mexico, we were doing a West Coast tour, and we drove down through San Jose into Tijuana.
Nice.
We were staying with Brandy and Steve.
Oh, I know them. Yeah.
Who did the underground at the Guild? Who did the underground shows?
Yeah,
at the
Shark.
Gilman.
Shark
City United.
Shark City United.
Unity Crew. What's up?
Hell yeah. Yeah, that is the core of like the Bay Area
out there. Gonzo is the man in Pomona. He takes care of us.
Yeah.
He's an awesome guy, Gonzo.
Oh yeah.
And Steve and Brandy, we put us up in San Jose. We chilled there with them, and we did some gigs, and we did Oakland, Redwood. We went out to Vegas and back.
Nice.
We did Vegas. But that was the first time we went to Mexico. We went to Tijuana, and that's where we met up with 45 Revoluciones, and we did a show there. And then we developed the friendship, and then we did another little run down into Mexico like a year or two later.
Nice.
And we did some shows. We did the Ska Wars festivals. We actually headlined the Ska Wars festivals that went on down there.
Oh, nice.
It's where our biggest Inspector 7's biggest fan base is in Latin America.
It definitely is.
Yeah. We've been
Central America,
we went down to
the area.
Yeah, we went down to a couple of towns in Mexico, but they were always border towns, and we've yet to go down to actual Mexico City. So,
what do you think?
I had Rob. Yeah, I had Rob from the Toasters on the other night, and he said, yeah, it's about time you guys get down there. So he's probably going to bring us down. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You got to get down there. Don't be afraid.
Oh,
you only live once.
we want to go down there. Don't worry about that.
No man is down.
You guys have a lot of fans out there, so it was amazing, you know.
Oh yeah,
a lot of fun.
It would be great.
Yeah, we've found a pretty decent fan base over in the UK.
Nice.
It's been fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any plans like traveling out there after?
We went out there in 2019, and we were supposed to go out in 2020. We even got to the point where all the tickets were purchased, and so everything was booked, and we were like a month away from leaving for the UK, and we're gonna do like a twice as long tour and better set up and better handled and all that kind of stuff, and then all the last year happened. Now we're sitting on now we're sitting on vouchers of like $4,000 for plane tickets for the band to go over to the UK.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but like I feel like now, because everything that has had happen, the fans are really hungry for live music, and I think the upcoming months, or probably next year or the end of this year, is gonna be really good for all of us. It's gonna be really good for like everybody that is in the music industry, because everybody's so hungry for that, you know. So I feel like everybody's it's willing to work as a team, regardless of whatever difficulties we have, and make things happen. And I think that's something that we should all be looking forward to,
That is exactly wise words.
Yep.
Wise words.
Yep.
For sure.
And I'm pretty sure sorry to interrupt. I'm pretty sure we all been working on new stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. We've done a lot of collaborations. We've done a lot of music ourselves, but we also have collaborations we've done with other artists. One of the artists is in is in the feed right now. John Roy with Unsteady. He's got a new act called Smoke and Mirrors, and so we're doing some tracks with them. John Roy says, Craig and Brian killed it with Buford on 25 Miles, just need the singer. And I'm going, I think I know a singer. Right, get here.
Yeah.
I'll fight you.
We're just gonna have to pass on that one.
You son of a bitch, Humphrey. You son of a bitch.
Awesome.
Awesome. So speaking of new music, what else is coming down the line? Do you guys have something recorded in the back pocket? Let's start with Jason. You got some music you're working on?
Yeah, actually, we're gonna be releasing a live record that we've been wanting to put out for a while. And Infirmities headlined a show at the Fox Theater in Salinas back in 2017, and they have a studio built underneath the stage, so you can actually record a live album there.
Nice.
And so we made it a thing where we booked all local Salinas bands to come and open up. We wanted it to be like a hometown show where we got everybody involved.
Yeah.
And so we're finally gonna be releasing that on vinyl. It'll be a 12-inch LP, and it's just Infirmities live at the Fox Theater. So we got that coming out. And then besides that, we're still writing more songs to put together a new album. Cell Block Earth is just like the first taste of it, but we've got a couple more songs that we're gonna go record in LA here pretty soon. So we just keep working away. You know, that's all you can do right now. So you just keep writing and adding more songs. You know,
it's nice. Giuseppe, what are you guys doing? Some new Stubborn tracks? You doing some stuff with King Django?
Yeah, man. King Django is our keyboardist and musical director the last couple years. And our home base we're based out of New Brunswick, New Jersey. And that's where his studio is, Version City. So that's our headquarters these days. And we're in the middle of recording a 4-song EP down here. And we're looking forward to getting that out to our fans. I know they're hungry for new music from us. We've been dealt a hard hand the last couple of years. We've had a couple deaths in the last 3 years in the band.
Yeah.
So it's dealt a heavy blow to us, you know, as a band and to me emotionally. And I've never been the same since. So it's hard for me, along with going on with this plague and everything, to just keep a grip on myself, you know, from losing it. So we're coming out with a 4-song EP with some new music, you know, to hopefully springboard things, get things moving again. That's the way we're going to keep the ball moving forward.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Nice. And what about
in there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, featuring Daniella Cardoza.
Awesome.
So it's going to be a 4-song, 7-inch release, and it's going to be, you know, fantastic. 4 new songs. Yeah, to hear.
I can't wait.
Hopefully by the end of the year, we're starting to record it next. I think March 16th we start the actual recording.
Sweet.
Okay.
So it shouldn't take long. You know, Django moves quickly these days.
Yeah, he really does.
He's got all the time in the world.
He don't play.
Excellent. Tony, is Jokes for Feelings doing anything in the studio or writing sessions or anything?
They are, but I like to say that the first time I listened to Inspector 7, it was from a compilation. I think it was called This Is Ska. And it was
called Is This?
This Is Ska or something like that. It was a compilation. Or Is This Ska? But, anyways, you know, I really enjoyed that song you had on that compilation. And I got to see for the very first time in San Jose in Johnny V's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was presented by the Shark
City
United.
United.
Yeah, it was presented by them. So it was a good show.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to you to come out.
Beats, yeah.
Yeah. Or possibly
Yeah.
But but anyways, so I was talking to Josh a couple days ago, and he's been writing music. Okay. And he said he's been writing a secret album. I haven't heard it yet, but so it might be something coming up in the future. Yeah.
Nice.
Very good.
You don't know. He might be rewriting Pet Sounds. You know, it might be like the Beach Boys. They're like they came home from a Japanese tour and they're like we have a new album. What the fuck are you talking about? He's like, yeah, I recorded the entire album without you guys. Bye.
Pretty much. And
I've been in.
I heard that Billy's gonna be part of the chats in the future.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, tell by the way, all you guys got friends, they want to chat, they want to talk about what they're doing.
Right.
This is what we're doing, right? Because like I miss being on the road. I miss having discussions with band members face to face, and that's why I'm doing it. You know, I want to make sure that everybody else feels that vibe that like we're all cut from the same cloth here. You know, so if we can just keep keep our heads high and keep our eyes towards the future, we can really just not just come out of this, but be much better than when we went into it. With that said, let's get to the last question.
Great.
Brian's like, damn it.
I was going to talk about.
Oh no!
I was going to talk about you guys.
Brian, tell me a story with a beautiful man voice.
Everybody was talking about all the new music. I just wanted to get in on that game too because I've been having a fun time with Smoke and Mirrors. I did the new stuff with the Bruce Lee band, and Monkey's been writing some music. But the thing that kills me the most about being out here is I set myself up for some nice home recordings, and Monkey decided that like we've been doing this whole slew of like cover songs for fucking years, right? And I'm like, why don't we put together a little like 5-song Monkey cover EP? Just a little like cheeky little thing. And I'm out here and I'm all like, hey Kurt, send me the songs. You guys, oh yeah, we're working on the recording. Like, okay, cool. I just, the cover songs go really easy, really, really quick. Just throw the trumpets down it. And I'm like sitting there waiting. I'm thinking it's gonna be 5 songs. And he's all like, wow, man, I just got out of this like 12-hour recording session. And I was like, oh, who are you recording for? He's like, oh, I was recording with Micah, our drummer. I was like, oh, he's all like, yeah, we're up to like 30 fucking cover songs now. I'm like, wait, dude, I don't want to do that much work when I get back today.
Being a band, we played for fucking ever, and being a band, you have to have like the 30-minute set, the 45-minute set, the hour-long set, the hour-and-a-half set, and then you have to have like a 5-hour. I'm playing at a winery and nobody gives a shit about the band, but we're getting paid a lot. Right? You know what I'm talking about, right? So we have 6 albums of music, right? And then we have like 35, 40 covers that we do, and we just cycle them. Like every time we get into practice, we're like, hey, here's the list. It's like all the way down the wall. We literally write it on the wall. And it's like, okay, start at where did we stop last week? Oh, we stopped at song number 17. Song number 18 is this. Let's just do that. And we do a round of that so that people get like, the juice going. And then we start working on whatever we wanted to work on. So, man, we just constantly go through the grind of these, and it's become like a life essence of the band. Is just that we know so much music that no one's ever going to actually hear it all at the same time. So we decided that we're going to record a covers album, and I'm like, well, there's the fucking list. And we just went down. So there's a lot of music coming at you shortly, but I gotta work on it.
Okay. Well,
it sounds more like,
hey,
and apparently so do I.
You're moving forward.
to be honest, Chris, it sounds more like a double LP to me.
Right?
Well, if we were a punk band, they'd be 40-second songs.
Exactly. Okay, so our songs normally, our infirmities motto is that you miss 2 minutes, you miss 2 songs.
Yeah.
So definitely when it comes to punk rock, keep those songs down to a minute. You need about 28 songs to fill up a 30-minute set.
So just for giggles, we were writing this. So the COVID lockdown happened, and then everybody was like fighting in the streets, and there was Black Lives Matter, and it was like the white supremacists, and it was like fires and blowing up everywhere. My neighborhood was on fire, and people were screaming and yelling. And so I decided, how do we write about this stuff, right? So then I decided the only way to write about it is to pair it up with something else that people are entertained by, right?
Yeah.
So I paired it up with the story from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You know that one, right? Where we're like, the Vogons come from outer space and they blow up the Earth, and then this guy's like, I guess I'm just hanging out now. and so we wrote it from that perspective, but we decided that we have to have a punk song on the album, and it has to be 42 seconds long.
There you go.
And so we worked it down. Like, I was like, let's do 3 bars of that. No, 2 bars. 2 bars of that. We're like, time it.
Yeah.
Okay, you can put 1 bar. Okay, we're doing 1 bar back in, and then we're going to knock 2 bars off of that. Oh, shit, it's too short now. Add another bar. And yeah, we got it down to a razor solid 42 seconds, because that's the book is the 42 is the number for the book. So
that's perfect.
Diamonds are
anyway.
Right, like the SOD song, "Diamonds and Rough."
Yeah.
3 second long.
Dude, SOD. When I was a kid, I burned that CD or I burned that album so many times. Just listened to it, man.
That's the song.
The best is, hey Gary, what the fuck is that noise?
At that time, that was a mind-blowing album to people. I grew up in the New York, New Jersey hardcore scene, so I know.
For sure.
A lot to me and my friends when I was a kid.
Hell yeah!
Excellent. Did everybody in this room have the Stormtroopers of Death album?
I don't.
SOD?
No. No.
Oh, the punk rocker doesn't have SOD. Doesn't have SOD. Okay, so SOD. Look it up.
Well,
didn't have a chance.
We played with MOD.
Okay.
Right after SOD. but yeah.
Billy Milano. Still Billy Milano. Yeah. Billy Milano's fan, the singer, yeah.
What was the side project that SOD was from, Giuseppe? It was what's
Anthrax.
his name? Anthrax, right? So it's the guys from Anthrax, and it's a joke punk rock band that they did. They only did like 1 or 2 albums, right? And so every song was a comedy. Was a funny ass song. And then at the end of the song, they have a mock recording session where he's like, yeah, I'm going to totally nail the song. Yeah, okay, Gary, turn on the music. What the fuck is that noise? And it just goes on like that for like 7 minutes. He's like, stop it.
Yeah,
stop the music.
Back,
That's right.
It sounds like amps like crashing to the floor.
Yeah. Horrible. Just horrible. Oh man, they had. Oh god. I look for it, download it. Fuck it. It's probably on Spotify somewhere. Get it. It's hilarious.
I have to. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up, Giuseppe. That's my entire high school.
I'm a storyteller myself, so I'll tell them. You know, I could be here all day telling.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's get to that final question. The final question of the day. All right, so I know that I've been stuck in 4 walls for a year now. A fucking year. I didn't think I could be in 4 walls for a day, right? But as I'm staring at these walls, I'm like, there are other musicians like me. There are other people that feel like me.
Yeah,
the times that I'm depressed and I'm like, why aren't people reaching out to me other people are feeling that same thing. And that's why I'm reaching out to all of you guys. I want you guys to feel that we are a community, we are strong, we are going to get beyond this. With that being said, what I want to do is I want to find the perfect amalgamation of ideas through this. And it's not just this show, it's like the whole show wide. We're 36 episodes into it. We'll probably be 100 episodes into it before I actually formulate a good coherent thought. But what I'm looking for is any ideas that you've thought of during this year while you were bored, while you were lonely, while you're watching the wall just fall apart. How do we, once COVID is done, once the start coming back, once the music starts playing again, how do we not just start playing again, but start doing it with vigor and vibrant life? How do we encourage people to have a renaissance of art and music again, to make it important, not just for other musicians, but for other people? Because we are missing that. We are missing that in our lives, and we need to get back to it. With that being said, I'm going to start that question with Tony. Tony, you come from not just a recording world, not just an American punk rock and a Latino punk rock background, but also a booking world and understanding the actual business behind it. Tony, what do you think we can do as musicians to make things better for everyone?
Good question. I'm just going to say, I don't know.
Okay, we're done.
Respect that.
You know what? I've been asking that question, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm kind of missing the intimacy of music, and sometimes I kind of wish that I was more involved in house shows, just to get to know the people, get to know the musicians a little bit more, So I think I'm gonna try, try to put some like backyard shows, once everything is okay and stuff like that, like invite you over, it's
fuck yeah, we'll show up. I'll show up. I'll have a ukulele and a bajo session. I'll take them.
I'll have my trumpet.
So, I mean, at this point, I really don't know what's going to be, happening, so, well, I don't know, man. I can't really tell you, so.
No, well, no, I think you have a good direction there, though. It's up to us if the local community has not taken to arms about the need for music and expression, then we as performers need to make it important for other people. And part of that is, fuck yeah, throw a show in your living room, throw a show in your backyard, talk to your local club and say, hey, how much do you need in your pocket to make this happen? Because I've been working and I can't spend it on nothing because I don't even put gas in my tank anymore. I walk around. That's it, right? So I'm ready to take like, $500,000, to shove it at somebody and say, put on a fucking show. Make this happen again. I care about this.
Yeah.
And I think that even though you think that you don't have a good idea there, you have the best idea there. You have the best idea. All right. Let's go to Daniella. Daniella, tell us. I know you've probably been thinking, like, these guys are crazy. Still recording. The whole world shut down. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think we all can do to keep the fire?
As an artist, I will say just keep making music because that's all we can do, right?
Absolutely.
And as part of like the community or the ska scene or the punk scene or whatever musical scene you're in, just support your your local bands, and just, or even if it's not local, just support whatever band you like, you know, even if it's not like in the daily basis, hey, like a little email, or like stream their music on a different platform, you know, whatever you can do to support your local band. That's, you know.
Yeah, support at this time. I mean, I'm at this point, like, you know, of course we're doing this show and we're reaching out to friends and even people that we don't know that well to just see if everybody's doing all right. But like, you know, reach out to your bartender, reach out to your to the guy that mops up after the place, you know, reach out to the lonely taco lady that sells tacos outside the club. Try to find out what the fuck is keeping them alive. You know, what the fuck is what are their dreams? What are their desires? And try to promote them as much as possible. And that is a great idea. That is a great idea.
Absolutely.
Giuseppe, I know you have ideas. I know you've been thinking about it. What are those ideas? How do we start this? How do we start this ball rolling?
Well, what we got to do is just get back into a club, get back onto a stage, outside show, roller rink, wherever we could possibly put on a show. People need us back in their lives. They need artists and music back in their lives. And however we could do it, really, I believe people are just really excited for music to come back. They can't wait. Everybody has some kind of, I would say at least 90% of people, grown adults, listen to music daily. And they need it in their lives. It's a huge part. For all the people who work in shops, mechanics and stuff, they listen to radios all day in the shop or whatever. You know, it gets their day going, and it moves it forward and makes it go by quicker. And we all need music. Me, it's in my soul. I don't know what else to do. Like, yeah, I could always get another job or whatever, you know, but I'm a musician, you know. I'm an entertainer. So that's where my soul is to do. So I can't wait. I can't wait to do whatever. I'm looking forward to my new music getting out this year, and hopefully by 22 we could be touring on it.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, we feel it, man. We feel your soul all the way on the West Coast here.
Thank you.
We do. We do. Jason, punk legend, Jason. I know you played
I remember
the best knives in America. How do we do this?
You know, honestly, you know, one of the biggest things for me, and it's been kind of my mission in Infirmities now, is, you know, when we, especially when we toured overseas, you know, when I ended up in places like Belgium or the UK or France or Germany, when I meet those kids that come to the merch table and, you know, they're super excited to buy our record, I try to spend time with that young guy coming up to me, you know what I mean? Because it takes me back to being that age and having the fire. I think one of the biggest things we do need to work on is it's easy for us who we've been doing this thing for so long, you know what I mean? And the reality, I did the math the other day, and I'm like, man, has it been 30 years? Man, that's crazy. You know, you start to look at it, and you're like, I can't believe it's
29,
but it has
years for us.
Yeah.
You know, you can't believe it. But then at the same time, you know, like Giuseppe's talking about, you know, you lose some friends. You've seen friends go, and that's rough. You know, I lost one last year that was real close to Mr. Dennis Deacon, who was a strong part of our local punk rock community and came to every single show. And, you know, once he was gone, it's like something was missing from the local scene. He wasn't here no more, you know, and it's rough. But one of the things, the point I'm trying to get to, my father runs a school of rock here in Salinas.
Oh, nice.
It's called San Polo.
And that's what I call growing the next crop.
Yes.
And the thing is, the point I'm trying to get at is one of the things we talk a lot about in infirmities is positivity and PMA. And if we can influence the next generation to be positive and to go for it, you know, seeing these kids rock out. I mean, they're having practices now. I mean, they got to wear masks and all that stuff. But my daughter, who's 8 years old, you know, she had her singing debut at age 5 in the UK with our band and just tore it up. I mean, took over that place, and the place was just, I mean, I was amazed. You know, I'm looking down like, I can't believe it's my daughter, you know. So it's like, but she surprised all of us. But the point I'm trying to make with that, though, is, you know, I know we need to invest in our own bands, in our own music, but I think we also got to invest in the young people, the next generation of music, because really a lot of it's up to them. And as much as I love writing new songs and new albums and all that great stuff, and I love the new fans, of course, because you know they keep us going. I think that we have to somehow find a way to reach out to the youth and get them involved in the next uprising of music. You know, we got to figure a way to get them off the video games and off the cell phones and pull them in. And a lot of that's going back to what Tony was saying. You know, we got to start in the backyards, take it back to the streets, build it back up, but use the youth to build it back up. You know, and plus, I mean, we did that in LA.
They're better. Their backs are better at like lifting the gear.
Yeah, exactly that too. You know, I mean, that's was one of the things that really helped infirmities a lot, is that when we took it to Los Angeles, we started in the backyards first on purpose.
Yeah.
You know, we played in the backyards of Compton, South Central, Watts, East LA. And the goal there was that you have to start at the bottom, especially in a place like LA. You know what I mean? If you can build a fan base, those are your true fans. Because those kids in the backyard, they're going to talk about the band. They're in the pit all night. They love the music. And if you keep building the young people up, you know, I mean, eventually they end up in the clubs and all that. But the reality is that we got to start from the bottom.
Yeah.
We got to take it back to the streets first. I don't think it'll just instantly magically come into all the venues that we all know so well. You know, I love Gilman, and Tony's booked us at the Gilman in the past, and thank you for that, Tony. I mean, when we were first starting out, he was a part of one of the first promoters that booked us there. And, you know, we love Bottom of the Hill and DNA Lounge and all the local spots. Winter's Tavern, I love CJ's spot.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of my faves right there. I shout out to CJ. And he's
shout out to that odd
really
bathroom upstairs.
Yeah.
You know,
we have to pee like
there's been a lot of bathroom talk on this episode.
You know what's nice about bathroom talk? Like when I went overseas, I would film all the different bathrooms. And the bathrooms in France, I was so excited because they had pink toilet paper. It was like bright pink and like this really fancy looking.
You're like, ooh.
And you know, it's the weirdest things that stand out, you know, like when you're from, you know, California and you're in France, you know. Other than just waking up and eating French bread and, you know, fresh bread and coffee is really different in a place like France, you know. But I mean, that's my main thing is I just think that we really got to invest in the young people, because I feel like even though we went through this and this was rough, I think everyone in this room can still probably look through tons of old flyers and experiences we've done already. And we have to think about, they haven't done anything yet. So they're kind of lost in this other kind of a time warp. You know, they're this other thing where they just go frozen. Like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, if we're confused, they got to be way more confused.
Yeah.
So like if I grew up just in that era, or just like you guys, I grew up before there was cell phone, before we had the internet. You know, you wanted to be in a band because, you know, that was something to do. You know, then now these kids would rather play Guitar Hero than learn to play a guitar. You know what I mean? So the reality is that how do we get them back to the roots of it? You know, and I think that that's going to be a big part of the music uprising is reaching the young people.
Yeah.
And getting them excited. You know.
Nice.
To get out there.
Yes,
like we did.
yes. No, I love that you mentioned that, because I feel like, you know, we often think about what we're doing and about the things that we up to, but we don't really think about, you know, the new generation and how are they gonna, you know, approach things. I love that you mentioned that.
It's very important.
It's very important.
I spend a lot of time. Really important. I mean, Daniella could tell you, I spend a lot of time with my fans in the audience. When I go somewhere, they want to take selfies with me. She'll tell you, I'll go to a festival and take selfies for an hour or two with people. Just because I know how much it means to them. It doesn't make their day; it makes their fucking year. Taking that selfie with me.
Oh yeah.
So,
absolutely.
So I'd rather be out there with them than in backstage, because I know how important it is to them. Because without them, who the fuck am I?
Exactly.
Very
important.
Heavy.
Very important. And I see it a lot with my own daughter. My daughter's 8, and she's part of the school. And right now, she's learning the class. Should I stay or should I go? She'll be performing that pretty soon. And you know, I love seeing, you know, young people get so excited. You know, about, you know, punk rock and roll, ska. You know, grew up with reggae. My dad was in a reggae band, and
I love reggae.
I grew up seeing like Jimmy Cliff and people like that live. You know, so I have a real appreciation for
equal rights,
for reggae music. But the reality is that I just want to leave us with that. I think it's important. I mean, that's just my take on it. I love where Tony's going with the backyards. I mean, if you get the backyards going, man, we'll be there. No problem. You know, we will be there.
You'll have the best fucking bands in the world in the backyard.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, guys, it's been fucking awesome. What a great conversation.
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, thank you guys for attending and being part of the business. Just want to give a shout outs here to Giuseppe Mancini and Daniella Cardoza from Inspector 7. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Thank you for having us.
All the way from New Jersey. We got Jason J. Hawk Anselmo from the Infirmities in Salinas, California.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we have Tony Two-Tone from the Gilman and Jokes for Feelings, East Bay punk and ska to the core for his life.
What's up?
Thank you guys.
Tony.
't you guys so much for being part of the show. This is the business. Woo!